I'm going to call the April 5th, 2022 meeting of the Amherst County Service Authority to order. The time is 1:30 p.m. Are there any citizens here that would like to comment? I don't see any. We'll move on to the next portion of our agenda. Board members, is there any need to change the agenda? If not, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
All right. All those in favor of approving the agenda, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I vote aye. All right, next thing is the minutes of March 1st, 2022. Is any additions or corrections needed?
I make a motion, we approve the minutes.
Okay. Mr. Perry, are you okay? You look
Yep.
deep in thought.
Yeah, I was just trying to make sure I was here.
Okay, very good. All right, all those in favor of adopting the March 1st, 2022 minutes, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, I vote aye. Next on the agenda is the February 22nd financial report. Mr. Hall?
Thank you. And looking at February water revenues, the top line in boxed area of section A1 indicates a positive $28,876.10, or a positive 5.46% versus 2021. Please note that the 2021 revenues include a $94,886.25 VDOT reimbursement for ACSA for relocation of water and sanitary sewer lines to facilitate the Woodies Road Improvement Project. This is not ACA operational revenue and was not comparatively repeated in 2022, deleting it from 2021 revenues, and the total revenues comparison figures improved to actually $69,947 and a positive 12.15%. In connections in February, and some good news through February, we've had 10 new water service connections. There were 9 in February. 22.7% of 2021, or a total 44, an increase of 9 from 2020. 27% of 5-year annual average, 37.0, and an increase from 8.8 from 2020. 15.4% of pre-recession annual average of 65. The tap fees are up $22,955, or 102.02% versus 2021. For wastewater, we have revenues for the top line in boxed areas of sales of section 1B of minus $25,936.05, or minus 16.32% versus 2021. The total revenues indicate minus $14,657.79%, or a minus 8.81% versus 2021. Connections through February, we've had 2 new wastewater connections in February, 12.5% of 2020, total of 16, 18.5% of 5-year annual average of 10.8, and a 13.3% of pre-recession annual average of 15. In tap fees, we have up $3,000, or up 50% versus 2021. For water and wastewater sales, we have a positive 2,940, or a 0.43% versus 2021. And total revenues of minus $33,456.94, or minus 3.97% versus 2021. In summary, February water sales improved from January to a healthy 5.46% for the year compared to the same period of 2021. Regarding revenues, it's noted on the previous page that shows the effect of the VDOT reimbursement for the Woodies Lake Road water and sewer replacements on 2021 water department revenues in comparisons with 2022. Deleting it shows a true picture of ACSA water department revenues to date in 2022, which includes a 12.15% increase compared to 2021. The good news is we did have 9 new water service connections in February, the best single month in the last 6 years. The resulting tap fees increased 2022 fees to date to more than double that for the same period of 2021. February wastewater sales and revenues decreased from January of 2022 and compared to the year-to-date of 2021. There were 2 new service connections in February, which matches 2021 through February. Combined water and wastewater sales through February improved slightly from the period through February of 2021. Total ACSA revenues through February were down $33,456.94, or minus 3.97%, compared to through February of 2021. Editing the figures to delete the VDOT reimbursement cited above eliminates these deficits in favor of a positive figures of $61,429.31 and 8.22%. ACSA received no revenue in February from the state debt set-off program to defray uncollectible unpaid utility account balances. The total cash received monthly and total cash received cumulative charts will resume upon adoption of the amended budget under preparation.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hall. I think we can read the rest of it. Board members, do you have any questions on this? All right, please.
Mr. Hall, thank you. What's the reason for the downturn in the wastewater sales? You're down 16%. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense since wastewater is pretty constant and should trend with water nicely.
Mr. Perro, I don't have an answer for that. I can check into that and get back with you next month, but I haven't studied it.
So, if I'm looking at this, it looks like the sales of water and sewer are up compared to January of last year, but we're still operating at a deficit. Is that the way you guys see this? Like a $33,000 deficit?
That's just versus 21.
So overall 21, not, okay.
No, we're $33,000 behind 21. Yeah.
But that includes...
The same point in time, or, okay.
Yeah, and it's
So
really
we're
the
operating at a
wastewater.
deficit.
But it also includes the revenue from Woody's Lake is in that number, right?
Yes.
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 I wish we could quit talking about that number from Woody's Lake Road. It's a
Because it
broken
skews,
record
it skews
that
it.
we hear
Yeah,
here
yeah.
every month.
It's not an operational
Right.
number. But you're still off. And 25, you're off 25,000 in wastewater sales, which it just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm sure there's a reason somewhere that maybe we lost a large customer. But if you're selling the water's got to go somewhere. Unless that something else came online that is not using sewer.
Unless we just have residential services coming online and we have lost a big water
that's
and sewer user, and there's enough water being made up somewhere else. But you're right, I mean, it should go hand in hand.
Yeah, so I think what Mr. Perro was asking for, and I think the rest of the board would like to see it also, is kind of an explanation of why the figures are so far down, right? Is it a loss of a big customer, people are using less water, what is it?
Billing cycle.
It may be a billing cycle thing too.
Yeah, and, I mean, there's a lot more, houses that are just on water and septic, so it don't necessarily go hand in hand, wastewater and.
Yeah, but
It's year over year.
It's year over year.
Right.
So, yeah, you're right.
if you're a business, it shouldn't be a billing cycle because businesses are billed on a monthly basis versus residential, it's every other month.
I'm not for sure.
So it should be fairly reflective.
I think. Well, anyway, there's a question for you.
Okay, well, allow me to look into that and let me
Just
get back
assuming
with you.
that the big user would be a commercial user.
Yeah.
All right.
Seems to me like a comparison, or trend comparison of each customer and what is being used this year versus last year would certainly give us some information to go on.
Yeah.
So allow me to look into that and report back.
All right. All right, thank you, Mr. Hall. The Assistant Director's report.
So trying to keep it brief, knowing that you guys had wanted a closed meeting in your agenda, try to keep it brief, but I wanted to let you know it's kind of important that we had all critical infrastructure sectors in the country were invited to attend the White House / Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, or CISA briefing on March the 22nd. So I attended that. I listened to their message, and basically this is, they reiterated Russia's evolving intelligence of cybersecurity intrusion and capabilities and their intent to target the U.S. critical infrastructure. And so as part of their Shields Up campaign, the key message was, now's not the time to let our protective guard, down our protective guard. So part of their message, being consistent with the guidelines recommended, we've gotten with our IT vendor, specifically concerning the adjustments of our data backups and the way we're doing it. And I just want to let you know, we continue to back up our data on a routine schedule. However, it's now being transferred and stored encrypted, which is a little different than we were doing. We also were able to get multi-factor authentication capability installed on another one of our desktops that are tied to our network. So we continue to be diligent, to be prepared for cybersecurity. Of course, you never get too prepared, and I think we'll never be safe completely, but we're doing the best we can. Our new website, which we discussed several times over and over again, I wanted to let you know the final cost of that was $9,450. We did go online. We successfully launched it on March the 2nd after our last meeting. I haven't had a chance to determine how many hits we've had on it, how much people are using it. I recently I've got a new account with Google Analytics. Hopefully next time I can show some data to see how much is being used. I haven't heard anything negative. I've only had good comments about it.
Mr. Hall, where did we land with the EDA on a description of how to apply for water and sewer availability? Were they happy with the end result?
The discussions that I had with the EDA director, really, I didn't get into that with her. Actually, it was the way she wanted to have the link of their website on ours and a description to it, so I did that. But that's something I'll follow up with.
Okay.
Get back with you next time.
Mr. Hall, question. On your cybersecurity, back to that,
Yes, sir.
are you doing training with the staff on cybersecurity on a regular basis?
We've had several training opportunities that's been presented out there. Allow me next time to get you a count on how many folks that are on computers have done training, but I am making that available to them. We've got some good stuff from the federal government, and it's free.
Right.
It's
Well,
good up to date.
right. As you're probably aware, email is still the biggest risk of how these hackers are infiltrating, so you might want to focus on email training and see if there are some solutions out there where, if staff gets a fictitious or suspicious looking email, if there's a protocol of how to handle that particular message.
Recently, we had some free training from Water Isaac, which I attended, which is also shared with our staff. It indicates just what you're talking about, and some really good information concerning password management as well. For example, 18 characters are recommended. So actually, length is actually seems to work better than just having complex, short passwords and things like that. So that has been made available to our staff. But I'd like to follow up with you to see where they are with it.
Sure, great, thank you.
I've got a follow-up question there. You said you made it available to them. The way you worded it sounded like it was optional. Is this something you can make part of a required training?
Yes.
For those that have computer?
Yeah, I've asked them to do it, but I haven't followed up with them to find out where they are with it.
Okay, all right.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, on to item number 3, inventory management assignment. This was an assignment that was given to me as a reflection of things that were written in our auditor's report. Just wanted to let you know, in March, all the inventory that's been purchased to date, I've entered the updated cost. I've data logged everything into our inventory management system. And on March the 10th, I've created work orders with material usage cost reports reflecting February, which was finalized using our updated Allmax software to be submitted to the Amherst County Finance Department. There was no parts actually used in January, which was a surprise to me. We actually started a first quarter and completed a first quarter inventory of materials on 3/28, on March the 28th, and in the past we hadn't done that. We'd waited until the end of the calendar year to do those. And so we're making some adjustments, and we're learning as we go. I've got a lot of adjustments still to make. It's a work in progress. And I am working off of the list that the auditors presented to us to hopefully satisfy some of the things that were brought to our attention. And the last thing was ACSA Safety Manual Update. As I mentioned last report, that's a new assignment for me, and basically I've gotten a really good start on it, but I don't have a whole lot to report this time.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hall. All right, moving on.
I've got two
I'm
quick
sorry.
questions, that's all right.
Sure.
No problem. On the website, I saw the cost increase there. Was that still within budget? Or do you know what the budget amount was for the?
Well, the actual, I really never had a budget amount that Bob gave me to say this is a line on a budget. This, my procurement cost was $7,000.
Okay. What was the increase due to?
It was actually for information that I added, so this was scope creep on my part is what it was. And to be honest with you, when I started the project, I had a good idea of what I thought we needed, but as I got further into it, I found more things that need to be added, things that need to be updated. And so the scope creep is actually on my part, not a part of the vendors. It's things that I didn't have listed in the original procurement scope.
But I'm assuming it made it a better product.
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay, thank you. Last comment, the inventory management and assignment, for years, I've been kind of watching the inventory at the, I'm not sure what the name of that tank is. Is it the is it the?
Right Chop Road.
Right Chop Road tank?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. And I see a lot of PVC pipe out there. Is that all just, is that pipe now beyond its useful life?
No, sir, I wouldn't be. The things that are broken and are beyond a useful life, I'm not counting in inventory. Actually, they're pieces the guys may use for a repair or something like that. A lot of the things you're seeing now is actually for new projects.
Okay.
The way we're handling new projects, instead of trying to use the old pricing from old inventory, we're actually ordering everything in bulk and having it sitting out on the lot, ready to be moved to the site as being installed. So some of the things that you're seeing is old. I agree with you, but it's not things that are beyond use.
I just get worried when I see faded pipe, because it tends to get brittle from UV degradation on PVC. Okay,
Duly noted. Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Anything else? Okay, great. All right, welcome, Mr. Hopkins.
I apologize. I had a rather an emergency at the house just as I was leaving to come up here. I had to get it taken care of.
Understood. All right, we are at the ACSA budget year change under new business.
Okay, this is at the last meeting. You all recall that the suggestion, I think it was from Mr. Perot, was to switch our budget year from a calendar year to a fiscal year. And you asked me and the finance director to look into it, and the report pretty much tells you where we are. She suggested that we go ahead and finish the budget year that we're in, and then to begin next year, do a shortened budget year, only 6 months, and during that time, come up with a fiscal budget year that'll go into effect in July and go through June of the following year. So unless you all have an objection, that's where we're headed with this.
I think it makes a lot of sense. It seems
I
like it's
agree.
pretty well laid out, and that's, the budget director, or the finance director seems to be in concurrence with it. Sounds like a plan to me.
Very good. All right, looks like you got consensus on that.
Thanks, sir.
All right, next thing is the summer internships.
Yes, sir. Somebody that Assistant Director Hall knew sent us, or got in touch with him about a possible internship. He's a junior at Virginia Tech in engineering, and he's looking for some kind, just a summer job in engineering, get a little bit of experience, and hopefully working under a professional engineer, which would get him a head start on getting his license when he gets out of school. I got him to send me his transcripts, which are pretty good, and we do have a bunch of work coming up, construction work that's either already started or is about to get started, that I thought he could jump in and help us with just some observation work, just which would help him look at how engineering is actually turned, design drawings are turned into a project, and also be able to do daily reports on what the contractor is doing and save us time having to go out there or paying herd and profit to do it. And I was thinking if we could bring him on for $12 an hour, it'd be about $6,000 for the summer, and I think that would be beneficial to us, it'd be beneficial to him. I included in the report a job description for this position, well, not position, but for him for the summer. And this would also get us a jump on, we had talked before about doing an internship with the high schools. So this would actually jumpstart us on that. So I was looking for approval on hiring this guy for the summer.
What part of your budget would this come out of, and do you have funding to cover it?
Well, I'll find it. Yes, sir. We've got money in there. It'll come out of one of the wage items.
Board members?
Sounds good to me. I mean, that's a way to get somebody involved into the industry, possibly, potentially, a new employee in the future. I have not a problem with it. I think that's a great thing. Unless there's other discussion, I'll make a motion that the ACSA board approve the hiring of a Virginia Tech civil engineering student as an intern for the summer of 2022.
All right, motion on the floor. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, I vote aye. Very good. All right,
Thank you.
miscellaneous matters.
Yes, we got a few. The first one is something I want to let you know about it in case you get some questions about it. There's a homeowner on Berkshire Place who was doing some excavation work in his backyard, and he did not get a county land disturbance permit, didn't call in a missed-utility ticket, didn't put up any road control. I mean, he really didn't do anything, and didn't let us know that he was going to be digging inside of our easement, and he broke our sewer. And it cost about $2,500 to fix, and I sent him an invoice for that a couple days ago, and he and I are talking back and forth. He's had some questions and some complaints about it, but I think he understands that it's really on him. He did something he shouldn't have done. So, and I've offered him the opportunity to pay it off over time, and I think he's going to take advantage of that. But I just want to let you know that this had happened in case you get questions about it. The second one, we've got a booster pump station just outside the town of Amherst, and it has the purpose of us being able to supply the town and also the town being able to supply us water in case either water system goes down. And the town has hired Tom Ford, who's a former supervisor up here and a director or utilities director at the town, to update the manual that Hurt and Profit did back in 2007, I think. So just want to let you know that we're working with them on that. You've got something in there, Hurt and Profit, let me know, I thought you all want to know, since they're our engineers, if they were named one of the outstanding consulting firms in Virginia. And the last thing just came up in the last couple of days, Berkeley Taylor, who has been with the Service Authority since July. He just got his Class 4 water license in February. He just got his Class 3 last month, so he is moving right along. Nate Trumbo, who is another relative new with Service Authority, he started March of last year, got his Class 4 in December. He's sitting for his Class 3 on Monday, and we have every expectation that he's going to pass that. And Hunter Class, who got his Class 2 last December, is sitting for his Class 1 on Monday. And we're not as sure about Hunter, but we have every optimistic that he is going to make it. And that's all I've got on that. Did you all want to go back to the engineer's report, or are you all just going to go by the report that was submitted?
I think we're good. We had some comments that Mr. Hall will get with you and follow up on the budget and other items. So,
Okay, thank you.
very good. So we are back to citizen comments. Seeing none, board, looking for a motion for us to go into closed session.
So moved.
All right, so the motion is, I make a motion that the ACSA board go into closed session pursuant to Section 2.2-3711A1 of the Code of Virginia 1950 as amended to discuss the annual performance evaluation of the ACSA Executive Director. That's what you meant, right, Mr.
Yes,
Biggs?
sir. I thought I want you to have to say that.
All right, it's a motion on the floor by Mr. Pugh. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All right, we're in closed session. Thank you.
Just wanted to make him read it.
Yeah, that's right. They got to get him warmed up.
thought it was more relaxed.
He knew what I meant.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
What? I'm sure you did fine.
Hello, Trump.
I didn't hear any complaints.
Pew to come out of closed session. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? I vote aye.
And then I make a motion that the ACSA Board certify by recorded vote that to the best of each member's knowledge, only public business matters lawfully exempted from the open meeting requirements of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act and identified in the motion authorizing the closed session were heard, discussed, and considered in the closed session.
Very good. Mr. Wade?
Aye.
Mr. Woods? Mr. Perry?
Aye.
Mr. Pugh?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Very good. So motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All those in favor? Aye.